Hey y'all, I'm back with another video. Since I'm out here educating the masses and shit today. So I just wanted to give you guys an update or have a conversation about COVID testing. Because, you know, the kids will have you believe that it's a plot to put chip in you, and you know the conspiracy theorists is out here, and I a whole 199% believe that this is a planned pandemic. And ooh girl, they out here trying to, you know, pull over the wool. They trying to goop the kids. But what I don't play about is my health and my family's health, and I really want to have a conversation about COVID testing and, you know, what to expect when you go get a COVID test if you in the event feel like you need one. I feel like everybody should be tested. I feel like that's the only way we really gonna figure out what the fuck is going on. But that's neither here nor there, because again, I ain't nobody. Hear them tell it. So, you know, if we all were testing, we all knew our status, just like they did with HIV, right? Know your status, then we would not infect each other. But for us to not know our status and not infect each other is okay. Anyway, I'm making too much sense. So I went and got a COVID test because I had traveled to a hotbed, which would be Florida. I was not in said county that had the highest rates. But as we know, people are afraid, people are ignorant, people are scared, which would go with afraid, and they will move. So say, and I know Governor Cuomo has said, shout out to his nipple rings though, period. He had mentioned, like, you know, I'm a New Yorker, we savvy, you want to tell me I can't do nothing here, but 2 states over or 2 hours over, you know, I can go out and about, do whatever I want to do. And my cousin live out that way. Guess where I'm going. So, you know, people just move around because they want to be able to do what they want to do. They're restricted, or they just want to get out of the way. And unbeknownst to them, they may be carrying the disease, and now they have infected another place, which is why it continues to grow. So I did went and got the test, and I had specifically, because I live in the state of Delaware, so the state of Delaware, the link will be below. And I'm pretty sure it links you to other states if you're not in the state of Delaware. But in the state of Delaware, they are providing free drive up and walk up testing sites for people who have been at or high risk. So people who are immune compromised, or people who have been maybe what's the word I'm looking for? This shit is escaping me, and I just literally said it. People who have been in contact with somebody who has had it or have visited a hotbed for it. So I am high risk because I'm fat and I was in a hotbed, so I qualified and I was eligible to receive the testing for free. You do not have to be, you know, immune compromised to get it. Like I said, if you just feel like you were at risk, maybe you work with the public, maybe you went on vacation and were like, I'm afraid, or maybe you had to get on a plane, whatever, you know what I mean. It doesn't necessarily mean that, but because I am in a high risk category, i.e. being fat, I qualified for me to get it done. So I go and I get it done, and I chose the saliva test. In the state of Delaware, there's 2 forms of testing that are free to the public at this time through the Department of Health: the saliva test and or the nostril nasal test. As far as I'm concerned, you're not putting nothing down my throat and nothing on my nose. I am not doing it. It's not happening. It's a moot point. Okay? So during the search, it allows you to pick which test you're comfortable with taking. I took the saliva test. So basically, you drive up, the police greet you at the beginning of this thing. They have 4 different lanes where you can check in, and then it all pulls off into like a big spacious parking lot for people to actually perform the test. It's a self-performed test. And then, you know, the little monitors come around, they ask you if you need any help, you know, walk you through it if you need to be walked through it, and then they proceed to tell you what to do. You seal it up, and then at the end or the exit point, you take your testing materials in the bag that is sealed, you put it in a hazmat container, The hazmat container is then taken and taken to the lab and tested. You should receive your results within 3 days via email that you signed up for. With that being said, it was a very painless process. They tell you you have to pre-register if you're getting it done. You can't just drive up and be like, I need a COVID test. Like, you have to go to the website, which will be below, to get the testing done. So basically what happens once you get through the check-in, they ask you what your confirmation email says, the number. You give them the number, say, here's your name, that's your name. You can confirm it's your name. They write it on the form. They give you the bag. You move on to the next point. At the next point, that's where the little monitor comes up to your car like, hey, here's what we need you to do. Or if you need help, does it seem self-explanatory? Do you need help? All right, they help you. You cough 4 times as hard as you can into your mask to produce the mucous membranes from being dormant, because, you know, if you're not doing anything with them, they're chilling. You want to activate them. You do that. You get a nice, good, old, nasty phlegm situation going on in your mouth. You take the little Q-tip. You go around the inside of your cheeks, your gum line, under your tongue, over the roof of your mouth, your tongue, and then you're going to take that, put it in a little baby liquor container thing. You close that up real nice and tight. You put everything back in a bag, and you drive to the next point, which is exit. The young lady will give you some flyer or some information about other testing sites if needed. And then she puts it, or you put it in the trash can. She will hold it for you, or you can reach out and put it in the trash can. And it does. The hazmat bag goes to lab. They test everything, and you'll get everything back in 3 days. That's what you can expect with the saliva test. Again, I would not suggest the nasal test for people who are just kind of seeing if they have it or not. Now, if you have really bad symptoms, and we are in allergy season, we about to go into flu season, I would maybe suggest the nasal test, just because it is a little bit more invasive and could probably reach certain membranes that you can't necessarily get, or mucus situations that you can't necessarily get from a cough. But again, I don't suggest that. If you can get the oral spit one, do the oral spit one. And they have them throughout the state of Delaware in all 3 counties. I live in Newcastle County, so I went to the one in Newark, which is not that far from my home. My mom, I also got her and her boyfriend signed up, because again, we went out. They're high risk, they're older. I got them signed up in the city of Wilmington for Saturday, and it is a walk up. So I'll park, they'll walk up, get the test, get the situation situated, and then we'll know what we got and what we don't. I know we do not have the COVIDs, but my mother, who is a worrywart, shout out to her, harassed me. Shout out to my praying grandmother, who harassed me as soon as we got home. Y'all know y'all need to get a COVID test. Shout out to her. They said, oh no ma'am, we need to get this done. So it's done. In 2 or 3 days I'll know the results. That's all I got. Ain't got no more. Love you guys. The link will be below. If you feel like you may have been exposed to COVID-19, or if you're a high-risk person and maybe you want to do something that's less invasive, like in your car, spitting in a cup and nobody touches it, nobody touches you, and then you just send it off. A lot of you kids that's want to run around here with no masks, all the people that want to keep going to the party, want to keep going to the kickback, you might want to figure out your status, because a lot of y'all don't live on your own. Y'all live with somebody else and or your parents. And I won't go into a rant as how disrespectful that is, but it's neither here nor there. That ain't my business. What I can tell you is, all the people that I know, we done taken care of what we need to take care of. So, love you guys. I hope you guys have a good day. COVID-19 is still kicking. Make sure you're washing your hands frequently and or using alcohol-based, at least 70% hand sanitizer. All hand sanitizers are not created equally. In all 99.9% of cases, you need to wash them motherfucking hands. Okay? Wear your mask when you're in public spaces. And especially if it is you and at least one other person, you need to have a mask on. And if you are going to engage in these activities where you have to be with people drinking and making not so great decisions, make sure you're outside with your mask on. because we are not on a run tour with our mask off. Okay, we are trying to do right. Okay, so I love you guys. I hope you guys have an amazing day. COVID will never come get you because you out here doing what you're supposed to do, washing them hands, wearing them masks in public spaces. And I appreciate y'all. Keep up on your elderberry. I hope none of y'all die because y'all taking way too much of it, but that's neither here nor there. Keep up on your sea moss and all that cute stuff. Love y'all.